The Whiskey Brothers podcast is intended for an adult listening audience. If you find yourself easily offended, I guarantee this will do it.
They don't want no problem. Nah.
From Houston, Texas, the Whiskey Brothers podcast starts now.
Welcome, everybody, to the Whiskey Brothers podcast, episode 956. That is a lot of numbers. Stop laughing. We're trying to do
You're
comedy.
getting me in trouble.
Sorry about that. Yeah, we're gonna get that.
Yeah.
Doesn't it feel like that? Like
It does.
we're in algebra.
We're the Whiskey Brothers. Let's get into it. I'm Slade Ham. I am your host. That shape that just moved in front of the camera or did not is Jerry Wayne Longmire.
Jerry Wayne Polygon. It's shape, motherfucker.
We're in
Goddamn.
algebra, goddamn.
Use your context clues, goddamn.
A lunar eclipse.
What does this hat say? Oh, Jerry Wayne
The
live.
angry little black guy is Trey Tutson, and Abbey Vollman seated to
It's
my
actually
right.
me chill right now.
That's,
I'm very zen.
Yes, right now, but I was just I was describing you in general. That's
Oh.
you know what I mean? In case they meet you in
Generally
public.
angry.
In case they meet you out, they know what to look like. You know what I mean? That's it.
Generally angry.
That's,
yeah.
you know how you guys, you know how they make you take your driver's license picture with glasses? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all. Just one of those. I was letting them
General.
know who you really are. Don't let this deceptive ass photo fool you. I'm happy. Yeah,
He's
now,
actually angry.
the 2% of the time that you actually get him. Jerry,
Yeah.
Wayne Longmire, welcome, my buddy. Let's drink some whiskey. Would you like
Hell
some?
yeah.
You got a
Yes.
shot glass over there? We'll pour them up. Abby,
You
would
drinking again, Abby?
Yeah,
that one was mine, I think.
Abby's back.
No, that's
in.
mine. I just pulled it out of my
Oh.
pocket.
That one's mine.
Very Jerry Wayne like.
We are wrapping up. We
You
are
don't carry
wrapping.
a shot glass in
We're
your
wrapping up a hiatus that we have been on for quite a while. This is the 6th episode of us pre-recording a little bit. I'll let you guys pour your own so I can multitask. We Trey and I have been in Europe for a very long time.
I'm sorry. The word hiatus made me think of something stupid my mom said one time.
Trey,
She thought
nothing makes me happier than stupid things your mom said.
It was very stupid.
Where
but-
did she
but
think
funny.
hiatus was?
She thought it was a car. So I swear to God, and
That's fair.
it's so fucked up. But she literally said this.
Like a Kia?
She goes, "How long for this hiatus pull up?" And I was like, it was
Bro, that sounds so much like a car. It could be a brand or a model.
Yeah.
Like I would drive a hiatus.
Right.
You understand?
I was like, I hate that. I was like, Mom, you don't even know what you just did. You just did a pun, but it was so disgusting. It was, but she was serious. Ordered this Uber. It's supposed to be a hiatus. This show. I don't know how long this hiatus.
And she was like, "You love our conversations." You were like, hiatus.
Yeah.
This is on the 1s through
Hiatus.
4s in the back. No, dumb puns. 1s through 4s in the
Okay.
back is we have Nick Palermo.
Thank you,
star
Nick.
Of
Appreciate
Silly
you.
Hats coming out later this year, and also guests on the Whiskey Brothers.
75% Italian.
Also, a standout guest on Is This Thing On, where you might have seen Abbey Vollman as well. So, anyway, it's good to have you back. You
Great
you
Phyllis
did very
Diller.
well.
Thank you. Thank
Really good Phyllis Diller.
Really
If
good
you haven't
Phyllis.
seen
Thank
that
you.
clip, go watch
That's
it.
incredible.
It's on
Thank you.
YouTube. That
Watch
was
it and share it.
that was
Yeah.
good. But also, you're very good. You're a very good writer, but you're also very good off the cuff, as
Thank
is
you.
evidenced by last episode,
Thank
because
you.
you had to survive a conversation with us, and you
Well,
did-
can I
Trey
ask them
even, Trey
what
even
you were
still has a
laughing at?
little blood on his ankle.
I want to ask them what we were laughing at. Does your dick fluctuate, or is it one size all the time?
Well,
This what happened before air. I thought she pointed at me and was like,
The
like
intro
this,
music was playing, and I did like devil horns, and Trey thought I was
but
measuring
you did
something.
it. She did it downward, so it looked like she
Ah.
was. And I was like,
no,
no,
that's how you measure
not.
2 dicks at one time.
Yeah.
That's a very weird. That's a,
Which is a great category, by the way.
That's a power move. You don't
Right,
just show up first
right.
day doing
And I was
that.
like,
That's
that's why I was like, I just have the one. And
that's
it's
like
not.
hot
No,
girl
it's not.
summer measurements. We're in fall now. It's just
So then I told, I was like, no, it actually fluctuates, and
Yeah.
she started laughing. So does it? Your shit
Yeah,
does it
absolutely.
fluctuate?
well, it's-
Throughout my life, it has fluctuated.
This
Right?
I'm-
Yeah?
I'm
Just
trying-
me? Okay.
Well, I'm
oh,
trying
what the
to.
fuck? This mine.
Yeah, that's yours. Yours is.
You
I
always
want to
This
keep
would
up
be great in
with
Europe. You're gonna do great.
Well, I mean, it moves between at least two sizes.
Okay.
Are you a shower or a grower?
It's not the second all the time, because I sit
No,
down
that
and
gets
stuff.
exhausting.
Yeah, there's a.
You're gonna ask audiences in Europe, like, hey,
There's a but the overall like.
Universal language.
Yeah, my dick is sexual.
I don't speak French.
You
but-
mean like, do you have like a personal record that it doesn't always hit every time? Is that what you're saying? Is there like a, you know how I mean, like the dude who runs like a 9-800 or something?
Okay,
he's
okay.
like, but you don't
the
run
wind,
a 9-8
but the
every
wind was
time.
blowing,
Yeah,
so it don't
you know
count.
what I mean?
But-
I ate
but-
chicken. It was.
If that's happening to you a lot, you may have the sugar.
It's wait.
Oh shit, diabetes fucks with.
Yeah, man, it fucks with your blood flow and stuff.
I don't know. Oh, okay. So not
Wait,
as
how much?
blood.
How much fluctuation are we talking? Like
I don't know. I mean, I thought he said
Like the-
fluctuation. I was like,
Motherfucker,
what's,
he got
I mean-
it's not as big as it was when it was 8.
sleeping
right,
bad.
right. Are we talking about like the difference in tides?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh,
It's still the
okay.
shore.
I mean, my shit shows up the same way, most days.
I can pretty much. I can tell you what to expect with relative confidence.
Yeah, it's pretty
I ain't gonna
consistent.
lie. I'm
Yeah.
44. There's been a couple days it didn't show up.
Oh
you
no,
know?
I
So-
don't know about that.
Oh,
That's
fuck you. You're lying,
I'm
motherfucker.
learning so
Yeah.
much right now. This is great.
It didn't show up. Your shit was an
Lies.
ass.
Nah, bro, that motherfucker
Well,
still
you
showing.
might not
Wayne?
have needed it
Some-
as many days.
Some there's some days where you got to give it the keys. You're like, you lock up when you're done. I'm fucking.
Well, I've had those days too.
Does pussy fluctuate? Like as far as flow and size?
Whoa.
Like, do
I
you got a
think
heavy lip
I've
day?
no, wait.
What a heavy lip day.
It's blown up. It's like a motherfucker
No,
had a
I've
birthday
heard.
party
Oh,
later.
sound like you
I've
don't know. When to,
heard.
sound like you don't know when to shut up. That's having a heavy lip day.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
Things are spitting on me.
That's a new podcast, Heavy Lip Day,
Heavy lip day is
where
fucking
it's just
hilarious.
Trey giving
We're gonna start airing that on Wednesday.
unwarranted advice to women.
But I
Help-
want to know.
Trey's
I don't
gonna
know.
write it.
I'm very fascinated with pussy
No,
because it's
I
so
think
delicate.
I think I have heard before that in menopause you can get like lady boners, but I don't quite know what that means. I don't think that I've experienced that personally.
I refuse to Google it.
That is
Cheers.
some science
To
I
lady
have not
boners.
heard.
To lady
That's when you
boners.
know you're not fucking anymore. It's literally in the goddamn ailment.
Men pause.
Oh, pause. Exactly. It's right in there. Just stop. Just stop, nigga. It's not happening. Except for black
Yeah,
women.
well-
It's called, oh, please.
Yeah, it used to be called Dick Stop. but
Yeah,
it
yeah.
wasn't on, it didn't roll off the
The
tongue.
original term was mm-mm. It was the original term. It dates back to mm-mm. So you said in menopause it swells up? Got like a gallon pussy?
That's what I've heard. Or like I don't know what a lady boner means though.
Does
Like
that mean,
I haven't looked into it.
Is it more just about desire, or is it about an actual physical?
No, I think it's
Oh,
like
like
a physical thing. Like it,
So
like
the little guy in
something-
the boat's trying to get out.
Yeah.
Like a-
She's
Yeah.
pretty young though. She haven't had her pussy that long. She's 21. She only had her pussy 5 years. Like literally. Other than that, it was just a privacy. When you graduated to a pussy.
I feel like I'm going to jail. For
I know.
No, I'm just being straight. I
I
mean,
feel
Y'all
like
talk about R.
they gotta
Kelly.
lock up R. Kelly first, and then you can spout off. All right, but
And now
let him
Trey,
get in the jailhouse first. God damn it!
Trey's over here carbon dating pussy.
I know.
And there's all kind of stuff happening.
I can't wait for your Netflix documentary.
oh shit! I'm gonna have
Surviving
to,
the
I'm gonna,
interruption.
I'm gonna have to
It's gonna
sign
be-
the. I'm gonna have to sign the release on this
Right.
footage.
my shit gonna be
That's so
called
funny.
resenting Trey Thompson. Like,
How much could I charge for this footage? Is the question.
oh shit.
They're gonna
Yeah.
interview
All the
me. They're
audio.
gonna be like, "What was it like being on Trey's show?" And be like, "Honestly, I had a lot of fun. I laughed the whole time."
Dude, that's
He didn't
fucked
make-
up.
I knew it was wrong, but
He
I
didn't-
laughed.
dude,
But
I,
legit, hashtag me too.
Right.
I did more than 300 episodes with him, and I never felt
I
uncomfortable.
never knew. Yeah.
Really?
Right.
I've only been here
Dude,
for 10.
the
and
clip
I'm
they would
still-
play on a loop is me asking Grace Kirk if she ever weighed her pussy. That's
Yeah.
the thing they would.
Yeah.
Like, why would he be that interested in the weight of pussy? It's interesting.
The crowd was curious too. I remember.
Yeah.
Somebody yelled out 12 pounds. I was like, that's
I
That's
was-
way too much pussy right there.
I was
You
there,
got
yeah.
a Jewish sandwich worth of pussy.
That's a substantial amount. I forgot how we got here, but Jerry Wayne, you.
Sorry, Abby. Go
I
ahead.
want to bring some of this back. Jerry Wayne and I have a.
Jimmy, take your shot for you.
Oh, you really acting like that
Oh.
tonight, Abby?
Oh.
Bruh, look,
Cheers.
man.
God,
Cheers.
I want footage of this plane ride.
I'm
Trey's just like asking flight attendants, like, "Are we really doing this?"
How much your pussy weigh?
Trey did
like
not
it's-
make it.
I feel like it's making the plane move slower.
I feel like you would be the type to like ask them if you can like talk into the thing.
I would. This the thing.
I'm afraid of.
I would want to do shit like this on the plane, but like, bro, they just been so weird since 9/11.
It's
like,
I know.
It's so like, be a little more loose. It hasn't been in a bro.
Dude,
20 years of some shit not happening. Let's loosen up the rules.
But you know why the rules aren't loose? Because these motherfuckers are convinced that's why nothing's happened.
That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah, yeah.
They really believe
Damn, you're right. They believe hard in it.
Yes.
They
You know-
There ain't
believe.
been no shoe bomber because we make you take your
That's
shoes
what I
off.
mean. Like people walk around the airport barefoot, and
Like-
that is so disgusting to me.
But everybody
I-
forgets the first shoe bomber was unsuccessful.
Right.
Like he fucked it up.
You can't,
know?
you can't bring
We
you know
ain't
more
gonna
than
let that
3
almost
ounces.
not ever happen again.
I've never seen anything like what they, because they can't, what's interesting is they cannot profile, right? So intentionally,
Bro, they checked our bag. Well, how if I get random checked twice? Go ahead though. I'm
you're
sorry.
not
You're
the
not
profile.
the profile. For once.
For plane crimes?
This time.
Not for plane crime.
No.
This time it
But-
ain't you, Trey.
Go ahead. For cavity searches.
No,
But that's different.
That's on land. We're talking about on an airport. That's a
Okay.
whole different demographic.
No, I know
you're
these
find
people.
that you just get to walk right through, but they can't. It's a yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
They do
You
kind
know-
of go that thing, Indian to.
Yes.
Oh, there's no Indians.
They,
Black guy.
they can't let that. You'll get pulled over. I'll get pulled over. That dude could have a Go Hamas T-shirt on and a bomb, one of them old cartoon
Yeah.
bombs, like,
Yeah.
Bring
right
your
under his arm, and they'll let him walk right. We can't profile.
Yeah.
We just
We
got to.
can't do that. I got you. Yeah.
Come on.
You know how they said you couldn't carry your cigarette lighter on board
Uh-huh.
anymore, right?
They
So I
did
was
that for a while.
I was getting on a plane in Midland to fly back to Houston. It had this good old boy fucking whatever you call them people, the one standing there that's doing all the
TSA
checks
agent?
and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm coming
Mall
down
cop?
and I go, oh shit, man, I forgot to take my lighter out of my pocket, and I held it up. And he goes, oh, it's cool. And I was like, I don't feel comfortable with you making that goddamn judgment call. You don't know dick about me.
I had one of those guys patting me down, and I used to just defiantly not go through the scanner. Now I'm with Clear or whatever, they don't make me do it. But when I was still ghetto, they would make me like ghetto travel. They would make me stand there through that little thing, the little scanner. And I wouldn't do it. I'd make you pat me down. Like
Yeah.
this is gonna be uncomfortable for us.
Yeah, we're having an experience.
And this good old boy, I was coming back. It was like Omaha. It was one of these Midwest cities, and he's patting me down, and he's going, so man, this just seems a little unnecessary. And I go, yeah. I just, you know what I mean? I just don't trust that. And he goes, oh, they're safe now.
Oh shit.
And when he said now, I just went, brother, that's why you.
That's
That's why your hands are on my
gosh.
balls right now.
I want to do that, and then because I can make myself come. So like, I want them to pat me down and just shoot it out on the floor. Just because it made me think of that when you said make it uncomfortable. That would be fucking hilarious.
You're gonna be surprised at where I push pause on this conversation, but
Right.
perhaps no one else will. Whew.
That's how you get on the no-fly list.
Literally, nigga. Sweatpants for you.
Yeah.
like on call.
Yeah, I can do
How
it.
like that quick? Like just,
I'm trying to think. So I had to be.
You gotta get into a mental state.
Well, I had to
You
be
gotta-
hard on the way. Like if we're going to the airport,
Oh my God.
I'm hard. I'm checking the bag. I'm hard. I got to be hard leading up.
You
My
can lift. You can lift the
15
50
minutes
pounds.
of it. Right.
so you
And when that guy go to search, soon as he pat them balls, I could just shoot that shit out like quick ketchup. Now, you ever seen like?
I would
ketchup
rather
with
you
his
just
food?
walk around the airport barefoot. Honestly, so disgusting.
There's so many things that
Oh
I
my
often
God.
find. I'm like, I didn't want to know.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
like do that on call. See, all right, so I'll even get real
You're
for a
Never
second.
going on a road trip.
When you've been molested a lot, you learn how to get shit over with quick. You're like, hey, I'm done. Can we be done? I'm done. Did you see it fly across the room?
this
I'm done.
is the most fascinating evolutionary
You
defense
gotta-
mechanism I've ever
Yeah,
seen in my
you gotta
entire
learn
life.
quick.
This is like why lizards lose their tails.
Shit like
Right.
that. Yeah. I had to learn this quick. Probably 12, 13. Yeah, you gotta learn quick. All right, I'm done. See, it's over there. All right. Now I can go back
He
to
probably
playing
grow his
video
comeback in like
games.
5 minutes too. Oh my gosh.
It's actually on a boomerang. I can fucking
Oh, like one of Batman's weapons.
You suck it up like a piece
And I
of-
still feel the same when they go back in.
Oh my god.
You get a
What?
bonus reversal again?
Yeah.
Nature's way of rewarding you for the
experiment.
sacrifice you made.
This experiment's only
Well-
worth it if you do all that.
My mom listens through the door. She's like, okay, he's done. It's back in. That was an in moan. I could hear it. That's an in moan right there. That's in. That's
my
out. You see
God.
that?
As it goes up.
Yeah, it goes over there.
Downstroke.
It's a downstroke.
Da-da-da. It's a different sound. That's a different sound. Wow.
Anyway, I learned that when I was like 12.
All right. Well, I can tell you what we're gonna do through the airport.
We're gonna drink.
Yeah, for real.
Hey, him.
Not me. I'm just gonna be awkwardly pushing him in
Yeah,
the
Right.
bucket.
through the scanner. Go through the. Don't even
Showing him porn on the ride there and pushing
Yeah,
him into
yeah.
TSA agents once we get there.
Get.
Dude, Trey, your documentary's gonna be so good.
Oh, shit.
If you would walk by and slip in it and fall down, there's probably a check in it for you.
Oh,
You know what I
1,000%.
mean?
I tore my ACL at
If
the
you
airport.
slip and come and hurt yourself at the airport, that's a check.
I don't
That's
even know
a
who you
substantial
I
check.
think you get to sue everybody.
Yeah,
probably
everybody.
him too. You know?
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
Oh, certainly.
Just
him.
get a judgment on him for
There's
when
all
he does
kinds
make money.
of. Oh,
Hey, bro, once it's out, it ain't mine no more. That's how I see it.
That's not what the state of Texas says.
I'll sue the kids you. I'll sue the kids you do make for what your brothers and sisters did.
The,
That
sta-
is some-
the state of Texas sent EMT in there to do CPR on them sperms.
yeah,
I guarantee
absolutely. That
goddamn
was that's illegal.
This is a family
Oh my
affair,
God.
fellas.
Some white lady's just crying in the back. That wasn't good.
Oh, shit.
All right, Jerry.
Yes, sir.
That's all I was trying to get to.
Yeah.
You invited me on a bike ride earlier, and I said no.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm
because
glad you did, man.
I'm glad I did. Nothing. No bike ride you've invited me on. One bike ride once, but I still got pegged by the rain on the way home. Oh yeah, you're gonna drink your whiskey finally?
I did. I
Would
hit
you
him
like
up.
some, Abby? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll do another like half shot.
I hit Slade up this morning. I was like, hey, man, I'm about to do
already
yoga,
took the phone.
and I'm going to go hit the bike. Man, you already hit the bike with me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then, like, I started having, like my watch was fucking up, and then I was doing yoga. I started getting this really bad feeling. You know, just get like a hinky feeling about something. Like, I started like, man, maybe it's too hot today or something. Go out there and ride or
Your
something.
guts,
you know?
your guts
I was
just like.
I have something fucking with me, you know?
And it's not the norm. It's not the part. It's like you. Sometimes I'm like, something's telling me not to do this. I'm like, that's laziness.
I try to, but
Like
I
that-
do try to listen
gotta-
because every time I've bucked that too hard, something bad has happened. And so
Oh.
I went down to get my bike out of storage and get on it, and the back tire was blown out. And I was like, okay, well, fuck, that's enough of the universe telling me, you know, I don't know if I missed a Subaru or arrhythmia or a fucking heart stroke.
Bro,
or
that was
heart attack. You know what I mean? Something was telling me not to go today.
Sometimes you just become like you're just poison. Like
Yeah,
you
it's
just
just
you
like-
just know that whatever I get
I
around.
lost my key. I couldn't find my key. Like all
Yeah,
these
yeah.
fucking things, just these little like, don't fucking do this. And then finally it was like, okay, motherfucker, you cannot go today.
Yeah, your tires-
fucked
yeah.
up. And so it was fucked up enough I had to take it to a bike shop. And so I go to my little local bike shop. It's called Fletcher's. It's over there in Montrose. And I do a lot of business with them. But I was talking to the dude today, and he said, hey, man, I think I've seen you at Secret Group before. And I was like, yeah, man, I perform over there all the time. And he was like, oh, it's really cool. I'm really into stand-up comedy, which, you know, is usually followed by
Tell me a joke.
I love Carlos Mencia.
Oh.
Or something fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you know it's great,
Yeah.
Dane
Or-
Cook, but
Yeah.
the recent.
Oh,
stuff.
I love Bernie Mac. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody once told me George Lopez one time, and I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh
yeah.
my
Fuck
god.
that
my
dude.
my
I'll say that
oldest
out
kid,
loud.
I go, who's your favorite comic? And immediately, Gabriel Iglesias. And I was like, what the fuck?
Fuck
is
this
going
guy.
on in
Your
my
favorite?
house?
Like your favorite? I mean, I get liking him,
I brought you here.
but your
Yeah, right.
favorite.
yes.
Okay. That's like asking
Yeah.
somebody what they want to eat, and they're like Vienna sausage, and you're like,
Yeah.
That's your
that's your
Oh,
favorite
wow.
food,
I grew up poor.
I
So I
under-
get that one.
but your favorite.
yeah, maybe not.
Thank
But
you. That's
it's
it.
spam.
I feel
Spam
like
is not-
it's like an adult saying they like Gerber's like baby food.
That's,
That's how
yeah.
that feels to me.
Your
You like
favorite?
childish shit. Like,
But he was actually really cool. He goes, no, I follow a lot of podcasts and stuff. And I was like, okay, neat, you know? And I said, well, I'm on this podcast called The Whiskey Brothers. Been around Houston a long time. You ought to check it out, especially if you love stand-up comedy. And so he pulls out his phone. He's like looking it up. And he's like, oh, cool, hell yeah. And so he immediately follows us. And he goes, what's your Instagram? And I told him, and he pulls out. He's like, Jerry Wayne Live. He goes, okay, here you are. And he goes, oh, shit, Joe List's wife follows you.
Wow.
I got to check you out. Like, that's what gave me the street cred.
You got street cred from
Wow.
Sarah Talamai.
But
Wow.
I didn't know who Joe List was
What?
because I don't follow Joe List.
Right.
And I go, who? And he goes, her name's Sarah.
Yeah, if
Sarah
you don't watch Rogan,
Talamash.
you wouldn't know.
I was like, yeah, Sarah Talamash is a fucking killer, dude.
She's a monster.
And she's from Houston, and he's like, what? And I was like, yeah, dude. She was like a Houston comic. Like when I started, I got
think of
second place in a contest.
I think
to her
of Joe
winning.
List
She was
as
a killer.
Sarah Talamash's husband. That's the and
Yeah,
that's
that's
not
how
a
it
slight
was.
to Joe, but I know Sarah.
I
and
was-
Sarah is
Yeah, it was nothing against Joe. I didn't know much about him. I don't follow.
Do you
I met
know-
him when we did our 24-hour podcast, but I couldn't.
did they do it?
They were going to. We had something lined up.
Oh,
and
I
it
was like,
fell
I
through.
didn't
No,
even
they-
meet him,
right?
that motherfucker. That's a.
We were gonna have them both on.
I got you.
And then Sarah was only able to come.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
It's
it
good.
was. She did. If you go back, and I'm pretty sure if you listen to the back episodes, I've left this one up because there's only like 10 episodes pre 600 that exist. If you're not on the Patreon.
Great.
Some of them I know it's and in fact they may not
Only
be
if
available.
shit goes really great, we'll be deleting more shit.
Oh, Trey, hey, listen, it's I will renumber these bitches. There are only 300 episodes
Trey gets
of them.
arrested.
It's no, we
It ain't Trey.
we have different. There is both of. We've all thought this through. There is
Yes.
a certain element of success at which point those previous X amount of episodes do not exist.
There's an error
That's
that
serious.
has to
Matter
go
of fact,
away.
matter of fact, let's just establish now. This is the code word, Slade. Push the button.
That's-
that means shit's about to pop
Delete,
off.
delete, delete,
we
delete.
don't
I'm
need a fucking
I'm gonna
thing
need a
coming
better
back.
code word. You go onomatopoeia,
Push the
pineapple, just something.
That's what we just call Slate pineapple.
Yeah, that's
He immediately
We-
pulls up 4 platforms.
Pineapple
and starts
protocol.
deleting shit.
That's why
Pineapple
you want more
protocol.
chicks on here, huh? So y'all don't get canceled.
yes. So the Kiki era is great. The,
Slade,
This is
the hats have made it to the station.
oh shit!
Oh shit!
There's yeah.
Abby. You're quite literally reparations.
That's
You know what? I'm used to it. In Houston comedy, people are like, so like, what do you like think of this joke? I'll be like, well, maybe you should say it like this, so you're not, completely shitting on women. And they're like, oh yeah, I never thought of it that
Never
way
thought
before.
about that.
Huh.
Shitting on women.
Yeah,
But
I'm
good
like,
on,
I'll
good
try
on
it
you
that
for
way.
doing it, because goddamn, some of them need some help.
Oh, my
even
God.
the woke ones.
Who
I
are
know.
women
The
again?
woke ones.
Yeah,
So-
I'm like,
So I only say that to say go back and listen to episode 87.
Yeah,
Sarah Talamash's Like a Dog.
Oh yeah.
That episode, she talks about her period, and I know that sounds like like that's usually where you go female comics, but it's Sarah Talamash doing it, and it is one of the most raunchy, beautiful, funny, hilarious moments in the history of 1,000 episodes of this show. I still sit back in that moment and I go, that's comedy at its
Yeah.
fucking best. She's great.
She's
Definitely
great.
Yeah,
go
she's
watch
good.
her special Voluptuous Boy, too.
Voluptuous boy.
Yeah.
Because that, when she said she had Crohn's disease, and she goes, it's the expensive diarrhea. And I was like,
Great fucking joke.
so funny.
He that's right. That's how you know Joe List. He does the podcast with Mark Norman.
Tuesdays with stories.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's both guys. We'll just leave it there.
yeah, it
I'll
just
pour another
surprised
shot.
me. I wasn't familiar with him. And then I was like, oh, shit, I just got street cred from Sarah Talamash.
You know why, man?
She's funny.
You know why you didn't know?
Because I love Bernie Mac
'Cause
and
he
all
has
things
bad taste in
terrible.
comedy.
Because
His
I love
comedy thing.
horrible fucking
Joe's very
shit.
funny. Don't take that as anything.
Bad taste.
Joe's Google Joe's special too. He just put one out that's really really good. So
Yeah.
anyway, all that.
1000%. Where
It's
we
on
going?
YouTube.
Whatever. Your wife told me her
we got-
favorite comic was Dane Cook. I heard that shit.
Okay, at least she said it. She liked. At least her favorite special is him at his height.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying. So he said he's doing an arena. It's not like she was like, I like
This is this is gonna get somber, and I don't want to do this too
Oh, yeah.
awkwardly. But at the end of the month, and it's almost like a month behind us now, and but I don't get an opportunity to do this because we're doing it live. We get to do it tonight. Another Houston comic passed away, and I will raise a glass to that. Lil Rob Armstrong,
Yeah.
and it's probably before you guys' time.
Yeah.
There was an era of Houston comedy when the Laugh Stop, the old Laugh Stop days.
It was a psychotic carnival.
It was, oh my God, is one way to put it. It was a mess. And then there was a comic he was a dwarf, a little person, and he rode a scooter, and he went by Lil Rob, and he had a little goatee, and and online everything would end with "but I digress." But he was funny, but also off stage, you could buy him a shot of Patron,
Yeah.
and then he would ride his scooter over and smack someone in the nuts on your behalf.
Wow.
All for a shot of Patron. It was beautiful because
Wow.
what the fuck are they gonna do? You're gonna hit him?
I
Come on.
hit him back.
Yeah, a couple. He's been hit back, but he would
I
also.
knocked his hat right off his little head.
Most people would not. So
Yeah.
it was just kind of here's $20. That's
Yeah.
3 people.
Yeah.
But he would
Usually open mic at least 3 times a night it happens.
easily. He
Wow.
would.
You saw that scooter coming, you were like, fuck.
Damn it! What did I do? And then there were nights. I remember we did a show. I think this was at the Balinese Room in Galveston. It might not have been before they tore that down. But some little room we did, and they weren't people he knew. He would just there was a dinner. It was like dinner theater,
Yeah.
and they had really decent meals like steaks and chickens and all this other stuff. And we were gonna do the show afterwards. And I remember him riding by on his scooter, and he would just reach up and grab shit. Like good food, like got your steak and ride off.
Was it like a buffet? Or
No, it was like off their
Oh,
plate.
off somebody's
Off
plate.
their plate. But sort of one of those, what are you going to
fucking
do?
hilarious.
Are you going to turn around and chase?
What are you going to do?
No.
At some point, you're an asshole trying to convince people he stole your steak.
Yeah.
Like, how much of that conversation did you want to have?
Yeah, as soon as you say the M word, stole it. No one,
Absolutely.
you already checked
Fucking
out. It's
over.
like, you fucking asshole.
Yeah. Oh, and you're going to tell
Blaming
me,
fucking people.
and you're going to tell me he hit you in
He
the
is
nuts.
disabled.
Yeah. That's, come on. He that
He
kid
was,
was
he was a
fuck.
fun guy. I hung out with him actually quite a bit for a period of time, like off stage. Hung out with him and his wife. a number of
his wife
times.
Ashley is fantastic, and they have some great kids. And
So, it's a damn shame. He was a pretty lovable dude.
yeah, the whole Houston comedy scene of a certain era. If you didn't, I said it online. If
That
you
shit
didn't,
rang out like a shot when it went out.
if
and
you
it
didn't
was-
get smacked in the nuts by that kid, you're just not of that era. I know what
yeah.
era you
You
come
know
from.
that,
Oh,
yeah.
you don't know about Rob and the nuts and the you knew.
Damn. Well,
I got
rest
you.
in peace, Rob.
So to Lil Rob Armstrong, we raise a glass as we have to all too many comics on the Whiskey Brothers podcast.
Lately, God,
Left on the list, Jerry, there's a rowboat story that I closed, but I believe you told me this story earlier, and I want to talk about it.
yeah, man. An English Royal Marine rode from New York City to Peltonham, London, I believe,
Doesn't
or
matter.
Farmham, London.
Yeah.
One of the hams.
Something Nottingham Farm.
He went to
Something.
one of the hams and he
Cuntingham. Cuntingham is my favorite.
He went across the fucking Atlantic.
Wait,
the
on a
important
rowboat?
part. In a
Insane.
rowboat. He rowed across the Atlantic. Like, he rowed across the fucking Atlantic
Trey's not impressed.
by himself. Trey doesn't believe it. He don't believe in boats.
Okay, so let's start at the
Wait,
beginning. We moved on.
I
He
fuck
believes
with.
him. He
I
fucks with
believe
both.
in canoes.
Yes. Okay, so let's start
Well,
with
this is a big canoe.
how big is the canoe?
I don't know. Shit.
Okay, we'll call it a rowboat.
But I saw a picture of it, and it's bigger than this table. But
But
not
it
a
wasn't.
whole
It
lot
still wasn't
bigger.
like a motorized boat. No,
No, no,
like,
it was
yeah,
by
like,
hand.
yeah, like,
Dude,
I don't
his
know, or like
hands-
oars.
his hands look like he'd been, just petting porcupines.
Look like a
Yeah.
look like
Look,
a
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were just so raw.
look like a
and
fluffer
Jen-
on a porn set.
Yeah. Oh, dude. I mean, Jenna Jameson didn't have shit on this. This was like sandpaper falling off a roof, like no hands.
Do you remember
left.
how long it took him?
How long
Uh,
was
I
it?
don't remember.
I don't remember, man.
So here's what I know about the ocean, right? So I've been.
He revealed.
That was
Hang
just
on.
a hilarious.
This-
That was a hilarious
I,
sentence.
I like when he gets
Here's
his
what-
little snicker in.
It
I
was
want
just funny to hear
Yeah,
somebody go, here's what I know about the ocean.
Yeah, it's always
First of
followed
all,
by,
it's wet.
It's always followed by 2 things that you can Google. I don't
Yeah.
know shit.
Right,
Trey.
right.
So just stop with your and
it
let
made
me
me
say
laugh.
the one thing I know.
It made me laugh.
It's funny what Trey says.
Here's
though.
what I know about the ocean. Waves are fucking big.
Yeah, man.
That's all I got. That's
Yeah.
literally all I got. I know that if you're out there in a cruise ship or a battleship or a submarine, you got a pretty good chance. Those are big and fucking made for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you out there in a rowboat,
Some small fishing boats have problems with
Yeah.
those waters.
some big
Bro.
fish
Some
boat.
industrial fishing boats have problems.
Yeah. This dude, and he revealed after he did all this to raise money for a charity, which is really fucking
I don't
cool.
care what you believe in.
And
Yeah, I was just about
huh?
to say.
That's I don't care what you believe in.
Niggas,
That,
start
don't
a
do that.
church.
Don't do that for charity. Do that because you want to see if you can do it. Be
well,
honest.
no,
Yeah.
I think no. I'm
If
saying
it's
he-
for
okay,
charity
sorry.
on behalf of
I
that,
apologize. He raised money for a charity in the process.
Yeah.
But he revealed while he was out in the middle that he was like terrified of open water.
cool. No shit.
And he was an ex-Marine. You know, he's a bad motherfucker, dude.
Yeah,
the Royal
yeah.
Marines are no joke. This
But
dude-
Marines do 90% of their shit on land.
yeah, or
Yeah.
boats, or
Yeah, not on the water.
Well-
yeah.
Not on a rowboat.
And the thing that tripped me out the most, like he does this whole thing And he gets home, and he said that he celebrated with a cup of coffee and a plate of chicken and pasta.
Wait.
He has IBS 100%.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
that is what I thought. When I read that, I was like, all this guy needed to do
That's what my wife
from
said.
New
the
York
same.
to London, he needed to take a shit. Because I was like, who the fuck? When they, first of all, you survived
Yeah.
the fucking Atlantic.
Yeah.
You get to where you're going, and you want caffeine, the kind that makes you, like, shit, and then meat and dairy.
Yeah. He has
I can't even eat dairy
he has
as
the
a normal
shit
person
disease. Yeah.
on land.
My
1000%.
wife immediately
On
said, she goes, he must be on the GERD diet.
Thank
And I was like, yeah. I was like,
She's
'cause
right.
If you do that, and when you get there, there's not a joint, a steak, and a glass of
A
whiskey,
massage chair, maybe?
you
Yeah.
are an unloved human being.
Right?
There you go. I don't want to be contrarian, but let's be clear. Hookers and whiskey don't give you fucking problems with your gut,
This
right?
guy's definitely lonely, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
his
There's
brother
no
and
way
He has
father
way
met
too
him.
much
Dude,
time.
It said
Yeah.
his brother and father picked him up, but they must not like him that much.
No.
You know what I mean? Like
This
if
is
he-
some pandemic-ass activity. Like,
Yeah.
this is too late
Too
in
much time on
2021 to
your
be doing
hands.
this.
I'm
Yeah.
almost concerned he had to make his own chicken and pasta.
That's
Or is this just further evidence of how terrible English food is?
that's also a possibility.
They just don't enjoy food
Bro, if the
because there's
alternative
nothing to
was
look forward to in
bangers
England.
They
and
drink tea.
ma-
He's like, nah, today I'm celebrating. Coffee.
Yeah.
All right, so let me get this straight. My reward could either be beans on toast, blood sausage,
Spotted dick.
spotted dick, or I could have some chicken impasta. Oh my God! Give me 7 chicken impastas.
That's how they celebrate with a shitty version of another country's food.
Literally.
Not
Wow.
I mean, we
That's-
do that in Texas.
He
We
could have
love
just gone to
Tex-Mex.
Olive Garden in America.
It's like the
and got,
worst
like, chicken and
NASCAR
pasta.
win ever.
It would have been like not great, but
And
it
you
would
know
have been
what?
fine.
I'm feeling splurgy. Put some sauce on it.
Yeah.
Again, tomatoes.
And the coffee. The coffee killed
The
me.
coffee.
You wanted to be awake some more?
Right?
You
That's a bro. I bet he's tired.
go to bed.
The coffee's for the press releases. He has he has to sit there and talk to all these people.
He's trying to like
I
not
am-
sound like a
I'm telling
square
you.
or something.
But
I tell you, at minimum, if I row across the skinny part of Lake Conroe, steak, joint, whiskey,
Yep.
Yeah.
bed.
Do you
Yep.
not know how big the Atlantic is?
I have an idea, but it just
So
seems
It's not that big.
I've crossed it in a plane. I've never crossed it in a boat.
have you
Yeah.
ever just stood like on the edge of the water, right? Like
Yeah.
at the beach,
I just did.
Yeah.
that.
and
Can I
just
see
and just
anything?
looked out. So as
Yeah.
far as you could see.
Can
So
I
hang
please say this to interject? When you look out like that,
Uh-huh.
I understand why there are flat earthers.
Yeah.
Because when you stand
Do you
and
know how far
look,
you can see?
that shit looks like the Truman Show. It looks like a backdrop.
Right, right.
You like, yeah, I can
It's like
understand why.
1.2 miles at best.
No. Do you know? You can see 15 miles. The horizon is about
Okay,
15
okay.
miles at 6 feet tall.
Right.
Okay.
And then the higher you go, the further you can see. But about eye view for a 5'7" or
I'm-
5'10" human.
Right.
When I used to work on the boats in the Gulf and we would come home at night, I can remember like coming back into the bay and stuff when you could finally start
Right.
seeing
So it's
land
like
again.
it's
Yeah.
15
Yeah.
miles where the lights will dip
Okay.
over the horizon. That's like that's where it curves.
Okay.
And then there's X amount of degrees. If you look at the horizon as a flat line, it changes.
which is why the flat earthers are wrong.
And
Right.
it's a lot of
Right.
there's a lot of reasons why
Yeah,
they're
there's a
wrong.
lot.
If you
This
do
is-
ham radio, you realize you have to account for the curve of the fucking
Yeah,
earth.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
To
It's,
send a
it's-
radio
and you can
signal.
and there's whatever they're called, inversion
Right.
layers and all that weird shit in the science.
I just
It's
don't
not
know.
like
I
all
don't
of life
know why
works.
I don't like you saying big
I
words.
failed some science.
I don't
really
know
wanted-
what it is, but anytime I'm just like, shut the fuck up, Jerry.
You should bring him like on the
I've-
airplane tomorrow, like just like bring him like an SAT like vocab study.
Yeah.
I found some science on accident that I called Slade about giddy because I was like, I want to know what Trey thinks about this. It was so me and my wife were having a discussion and we were looking up stuff about how, and a lot of people probably know this, is pretty common knowledge. Mammal infants are cute as a self-defense mechanism to keep other animals from eating them and stuff. And that's why you have
Really?
that's why you have examples of like other mammals raising other mammals' babies a lot. Like I had a dog that used to adopt cats.
Right.
You know what I mean?
See, like a tiger or
I thought that was just like a compassion thing. I didn't realize that was evolution.
It's like that's why babies are cute. But then I dug a little deeper and we found out it's not a penis.
Wait,
it's not a penis. I promise. Sit there.
Every time you laugh, I want to.
I was going to finish.
No, wait. When he starts making Kevin Hart noises, I want to know what he means.
Yeah, me too.
You like that's why babies are cute. It's like, oh, so the ugly one, you supposed to just kill them right there?
Well,
You
no.
supposed to just be like, you ain't gonna live.
No, but
your
you are-
defense mechanism is off.
No, you're not supposed to kill him, Trey. You're supposed to leave him outside for the wolves.
Okay, apologize. My bad.
leave
That's
them
what
out.
fire
Whoa,
stations
but
are.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was gonna say, leave him on a fire station.
That is why it's happened. That's why
Hey,
all
wait,
kind
hang
of
on.
baby animals and all
I don't
want to
sidetrack your conversation, but this did happen to me today. I was popping by. I was running some errands, so I jumped on the bike. I had to run to CVS, pick some stuff up. I'm coming out, and there's somebody. They're raising money for something. I don't know, but when I come out, the most overly exuberant one. You like, bro, if you're gonna hit me up for money, you gotta come at me like a real person. You
Yeah.
can't be like, hey, have you heard about what we're doing for the children?
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna respond with, I hate fucking children.
Yeah.
That's exact. I just looked cold in the eye. I took my glasses off for it, like my sunglasses. I took them off and I went, I hate fucking children. And she goes, but they're starving. And I go, even better. And
Oh no, I did the same
got
thing.
on my bike and rode the fuck off. Fuck you. Stop
I-
selling me with your dumb, weak ass.
I went, I was trying to get my vasectomy plan and everything, and I went to Planned Parenthood, and I got stopped by an abortion protester, and she came up my window, was rattling off, and it was 8 o'clock in the morning. I wasn't there for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's just
I'm
too
just
early
trying
to
to
be
pull
that.
into this
There's
parking
never
lot.
a time of day that's good
I don't
want to
have this discussion with you because
No.
we are not going to agree. And she say something, and she said, "And God," and I said, "Your God's not real." And I just drove off, and her face.
That's great.
I just pulled a mungle. I
Your
just go,
God-
"Your God's not real,"
Your
and I
God's
just drove
not real.
off because I don't believe that the
perfect.
God that I pray to and believe in could support somebody so fucking terrible. You
Thank
know
you.
what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I just drove away, and I was watching her in my rear view mirror, and she was just on rewind. And
They
shit.
get like
It
that.
was
They don't
so
know what to
funny.
say.
It's a glitch.
They're like, well, truth is truth. And you're like, okay, so your truth is truth to you, and mine is mine to me.
No,
So
I just said your truth ain't real and drove
Yeah.
away.
So ugly babies.
So okay,
dead,
so the
but
babies are
soft ones-
cute as a self-defense mechanism, all mammal baby, dog, all that stuff. But human babies specifically, and I know you've heard this. You were just talking about this with your mom and stuff, or Sam was talking about with his mom. Looked at a picture of his kid and was like, "Baby, don't waste your money on the paternity test. That baby looks just like you." And they were talking about how often baby infant humans look like the dad, and that is a evolutionary defense mechanism so that the dad will bond with the baby and not leave it.
Whoa.
Because dad didn't get the birth bond. Dad doesn't get the 9 months of carrying the baby and everything. So like all the way back to caveman evolutionary times, the baby come out looking like the dad, so he wouldn't like. So he's just like, oh, good.
So he would have
that's my kid.
Oh, good.
So
Look
he'd
like
have some
me. I
stake in
keep-
the game.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
That's
Oh.
fucked up,
That's-
right?
Yeah.
That's fucked up, but it's
And it doesn't even work on a bunch of motherfuckers.
No.
They just go
Also
like, oh, it looks like
awesome.
me, but I gotta go.
if you want to know if she's a hoe or not. You just look and be like, "Hey, bro, this you."
The whole plot
Maybe
of
so,
Maury
maybe-
was just.
maybe-
I mean, that will make you if you're oh no, I don't look nothing like me.
But if
That's
it
yeah.
looks like your best friend, you're like, hey, we have to have a talk, you ginger motherfucker.
But it works. It doesn't work if you practice self-loathing.
What do you mean?
Because if you see this baby, you like, yeah, I hate me. Goodbye. Like I'm not staying, bitch.
I am not raising
But that's
a me.
evolution. That's
I'm not
evolution.
raising a me.
Nobody needed your weak ass genetics around in the
Yeah.
first place.
Oh,
I
my
ain't gonna
gosh.
lie. There's been a couple times when my boy was acting crazy, and I looked at him and was like, "This is me. This is
Yeah.
I fucking did this. I can't blame
Man,
Rage
I-
for this. The way he's acting right now, it's all me 100%. If you let my son go to sleep in the middle while everybody else is doing shit, he wakes up he wakes up by himself. He wakes up so mad and pissed off at the whole world, and I'm the same goddamn way. Like if I wake up by myself, like it's one thing if I'm traveling or
Wait,
whatever,
what?
but if I'm at home and Rachel gets up before me and she's off doing stuff, and I wake up by myself, my day is fucked. I am mad, motherfucker.
That's why he keeps
The
a
rest of
plate
the day.
next to him
Being
in
in
the
a
bed.
relationship sounds awesome.
No, well, when I travel,
Like,
it's not
I was like,
that.
I wake
go
up
stay-
mad every day,
Yeah.
regardless, Jerry.
Oh, okay. Because
I wake up every day
hotels.
fucking pissed.
I stay in hotels and I'm fine. I wake up and I'm okay. But he does this very same thing. If we tuck him in, we put him in bed, that's all fine and good. But if he's playing video games or something and he gets tired and he decides
Falls
sacks,
asleep.
he's a little dude. He
Yeah.
sacks out and we all go and do something else and he wakes up by himself and wherever that place is, this motherfucker is bent, dude. It's little Jerry Wayne. It's a miniature Jerry Wayne just being mad and stomping and grumbling and yelling about shit.
Wow.
It's like watching a mirror of yourself and you're like, oh, I'm terrible. Why do I act this way? You know?
That is literally what my parents have told me. They'll be like, your karma is going to be like when you have kids. Because apparently I was a handful.
That's what I'm
heard
afraid.
that
I
my
know.
whole
I know.
life.
Though, in that situation, if I wake up and someone is there, I instantly call the cops because I'm like, I know we talked about this when we fell asleep. I know we talked
You're
about
supposed
this.
to be out of here.
I'm with it.
There was a rule.
I've even like talked about this on stage before. I've been like, dude, no, I kick people out of
Yeah.
my apartment. I don't care what time of day, night, get out.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Christ,
I will
we are
tell you
related.
this. Even on my best day, when I get up, I do yoga, I get a bike ride in. I'm not a great person before 10 a.m. I am
No.
a morning
Oh,
person.
really?
I am a morning person that I like
'Cause
to be
we're-
up and be productive.
I forget about this. We're now communing at different hours of the day over business stuff.
Yeah.
We're talking about what we're doing with the Whiskey Brothers and different plans and things. I wake up like a fucking clock at 7:30. I'm just up, and
Yeah.
and here's why: because I used to my day would start at 10, and I realized that everybody else's day started at 10. So my whole day was just a bunch of motherfuckers interrupting what I was doing.
Yeah. Okay.
So it used to be from like 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. was when I did slave shit. But I would drink a lot, and that wouldn't really work out. So now, left in a vacuum where I can just sort of do what I want,
Yeah.
I've settled into a rhythm where I crash early, wake up. I get like 2.5, 3 hours where it's just me writing stuff for
Yeah.
me, and people like you were still asleep.
I'm saying, well, no, it's not about being asleep. I still wake up early, and I always have. And even when I was like running a construction company, but I am just
Not
a
functional.
motherfucker. No, I'm functional. I'm super productive.
But I mean with other people.
Getting work done. I just can't socially interact before 10 a.m.
No, I'm with you.
That-
And then
that
not before
version
10 a.m.
of
Don't talk to me.
Rachel has the patience of a saint. You don't understand. Because
Right.
that version of me is such an unpleasant,
Well, wait a second. You have kids who are
unoptimistic fucking guy. He just wants to work and be left the fuck alone.
right, but you have kids who is that not like a whole morning ritual between
Yeah, I have
7
to
and
put on a big fucking mask and fucking try to, so my kids don't think I'm a terrible fucking monster and shit.
because that's like that's the first.
But my daughter, Junie,
Yeah.
she's non-binary now. They're non-binary now. Junie, the other day, 11 years old, I was in that mode, and I got a letter from some client or something. Oh, a client called me and pissed me off, and I was just bent, and my head was in a place that was just, I was
Right.
just thinking about how to get this motherfucker back. Basically, yeah, I was gonna have my say, but I was gonna be very controlled when I got done, and I was working on that. And they were asking me something, and I said something to them, and it didn't sound harsh to me.
Mm-hmm.
But then all of a sudden, my kids over there with tears in their eyes apologizing to me, and I'm like, oh fuck, I fucked up. I'm so sorry. And Rachel's like, they think you're mad at them. I was like, I'm not mad at you at all. I am sorry. Daddy's dealing with a client who's being really unpleasant
Right.
and insulted my work, and
Man, I feel like if I
I-
interacted in those first 3 hours, I would be it'd be the best time to talk to me. Like I'd be mad you interrupted me, but I'm so fucking zen
oh, my nicest
in those
guy.
3. Like it's
my nicest guy is between about 7 p.m. and 11 p.m.
I was gonna say,
that
catch
guy
me at,
is
like-
lovable and wants to talk about everything.
No,
8
I'm an
p.m. to midnight.
Oh, no, I am an
That's when I start drinking too. Though,
Right.
so.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm just kidding.
yeah, that's the problem. So it's after about 7 I start, but it is
I'm
just
pretty good in the afternoon.
it's an escalating fucking stair step up and to like I
yeah,
get
you
more.
start getting more agitated after. I've noticed that, and I try not to
The
bug you
longer
about
the day
shit
goes
when we're-
on, the more I get.
When we're figuring out technical glitch shit, I always try not to bug you around that time because I get it. I
It's
wouldn't
like
want
the
you
culmination
fucking with
of-
me at 8 o'clock in the morning about this stuff, and you don't.
I'm
You-
so gonna.
No, well, okay. It's not gonna go great. We're not gonna see eye to eye. But it's like there's this like in the afternoon, I'm very jovial, very easy to deal with, and that's when I do the most one-on-one interaction with my children. because that's when I'm ready to,
Yeah.
and that's when they're the most active too, and they're doing stuff. But it's that, like, that after I've had yoga, and if I can get in a bike ride or whatever, then
Those bike rides, the stone bike rides will fix you, man. They'll fix a lot of life.
That's right. You talk about going
I
to
was gonna
church.
say,
That's
like,
my church.
Sounds like something I need to start doing. You know, 10 a.m. I'm like, don't talk to me before 2 p.m. most days, honestly.
It's
all I'm
I
hearing
can get
is
on my bicycle and head to the zoo and just get a little stoned and listen to some Prince or some fucking old ass music that's comfortable and feels good to me. And dude, I did the Michael Jackson album the other day.
Yeah.
I played Prince Purple Rain against Michael Jackson's
another
Thriller.
pedophile. Alleged.
Prince Purple Rain against Michael Jackson's Thriller, just to play them back because that was
Fuck
the big
yeah.
rivalry.
And listen
And
to himself on the way home. He has a
Yeah.
no. We're
No,
I'm
it's
gonna do that on the drive home.
I
That's the-
just don't know.
which one?
The Purple
Prince,
Rain
Prince,
versus the
that's
Thriller.
dope.
That's
Yeah,
That's a
do
dope
it
thing
song
to
for
do,
song.
yeah.
It's amazing.
But drive long enough to get to himself.
You
It's
will never hate Computer Blue so much in your life.
Wow.
And I love Prince, but Computer Blue against
fair.
when you put it up against Thriller and
That's
the
fair.
weakest song on Thriller, you're like,
Fair enough.
fuck, Prince fucked up here. This was a
Yeah.
bad call. This shouldn't have made the
That's
album.
it. Purple Rain versus Thriller is a tough. That's a battle
Yeah,
royale.
that is
The rest of it's very good because
Here's the deal,
I'm
though.
a guitar guy, and Prince is, in my heart,
yes,
is
and
my
all of the
favorite
all of the
guitar.
guitar on
Yes.
Michael Jackson is played by Slash or fucking Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
so the man, that is a tough call. But even when you get to the title match, right?
Yeah,
Purple Rain versus Thriller.
yeah. I'm Purple Rain.
Still
Thank
very
you.
tough.
Yeah.
Purple
Purple
Rain.
Rain.
Purple
Purple
Rain.
Rain.
I'm Purple Rain.
Purple
there.
Rain.
That guitar at the end of Purple Rain
1000%.
is worth the cost.
Prince
of
did it
admission.
without
I don't
Vincent
know.
Price.
It's a great
Yeah.
song. It don't
The
make you
Thriller's
want to
amazing.
do everything.
What do you mean?
Thriller's a
Purple
Thriller
song,
makes me want to do Thriller.
but Thriller
Thriller
makes you
me
want to
wanna Thriller
listen
dance.
to.
Purple
But it
Rain
also
makes me want to have sex and climb a mountain, and
That's
everything
fair.
in
Yeah.
between.
That's
But what do you?
White facts.
Purple Rain's like inspiring.
I usually end up with like Pretty Young Thing against Computer Blue, and it's such a absurd.
How do you end up with those two against each other?
You
I
think
don't know.
Pretty Young Thing is the worst song on Thriller?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because
Oh,
Computer
hell
Blue
no.
is probably the worst
No,
song.
last
on
Yeah.
Purple
No,
Rain.
no, you're right. You're right. You're right. What was I putting Pretty Young Thing up against? I was putting up against something. And Pretty Young Thing's one of my favorite fucking songs.
Did we get
from,
to
like,
drag
being a
B-sides
kid.
into it? Man, we could get into it.
You know what I
That's
mean?
Woo!
But I was thinking about this shit the other day
Where's
too.
is under
You
the
know
cherry
how-
moon falling this anywhere? Or is that all right? Anyway,
Think about this. You know how sometimes you write a joke,
Okay.
and you write a joke about some shit, and it's not about the joke as presented. When they hear it on stage, what they think the joke is about is not what the joke's about. The
Right,
joke to you
'cause
is
you're writing
about an
satire.
observation, a thing inside your mind that
Yeah.
you're dealing with. Is
that what?
that what Man in the Mirror is about? Was Michael trying to tell
Oh,
himself to
I
quit?
saw a meme about this.
You got to make a
Yeah.
change. You know what I mean? Like, is he?
But-
was
but,
his?
yeah.
Was his? I imagine there's some handler somewhere
I
who's like,
don't-
Hey, we got to change some words in this song, dude, because it sounds like a confession.
I don't.
You know what I mean? Like,
I agree.
I agree,
agree.
but I don't think it's about pedophilia.
okay.
No.
I
But
don't-
maybe
I
about some
don't.
other shit.
Do you
inside.
But
think-
I think it's.
Yeah.
I honestly think it's about him.
Pretty young
It's
thing.
him having. Well, it's him having to fight against the shit that's happening to him. Right. This level of fame and power that
Okay.
people gain.
So it is about
where people are
pedophilia.
killing them. Right. That's really funny.
We're just dancing around.
It's just Hollywood's
pedophilia.
pedophilia on
It's
Michael.
this thing where
He's like,
where
Hollywood made me like children. I don't know.
where you know
Hollywood loves children.
where all of that shit is coming from. All of these allegations, whatever. Just all right. Just here's a case in point, right? Like people said, they thought this motherfucker was a trillionaire at some point.
right.
You don't gain that level of power, respect, fame, and financial stability by being a bitch. Like you're not this.
Right.
It's not
Right.
that.
You didn't get walked over.
The
This
fact
was
that
it's a path you
he
walked.
he owned like so much of
Beatles.
Sony. He owned so much of
Yeah.
people's masters. This is somebody that is in position to liberate a lot of. If he decides
Right,
to go a
right.
certain route, he can liberate a lot of artists, which is why is the conspiracy behind why they killed Sam Cooke. Sam Cooke
Yeah.
was a
Right.
same thing. It follows on to this. So if you're this person, you're holding on to all of this power and all of this truth at the height of your fame. you're like, I have to do something different. I have to make a change. Also, the other things that he starts making songs like They Don't Really Care About Us.
Right.
He starts making songs that speaking truth.
Bro, that's
Postman in the Mirror. So the easiest thing to latch on to is the pedophilia.
That Dangerous album was
Yes. So it's
You're
like
correct.
to me, it's deeper than that. When you're
but on the same note, bro, like how many nights did you spend with Macaulay Culkin?
and the credit Dave Chappelle. Macaulay Culkin came out and said he never did nothing even inappropriate in front of Mike Jackson.
That's what
Dave Chappelle's line
That's
is,
what I would say if
Dave
Michael Jackson
Chappelle's
fucked
line-
me and gave me $10 million.
I don't think he gave him 10. I don't think Michael Jackson
What was
gave
Chappelle's
away
line?
any money. His line was, I'm not a pedophile, but if I was, the first kid I'm fucking is Macaulay Culkin. Because other pedophiles would be like, hey, that's the guy that fucked the kid from Home Alone. And you know how hard he is to catch.
Dude, one of the most
about that
gangster moves in music was Eminem, who was very powerful, very wealthy, came out and dissed Michael Jackson in a song in 2005, and Michael Jackson bought his back catalog.
Yes.
So every
And
time
he was
he
like, you can
performed,
make
every
fun of
time.
me, but I'm going to make money off
Dude.
of it
Yes.
every time you do it.
Him
So
and-
I don't think anybody fucked Michael on money.
Him and
I don't
Prince,
think anybody.
as all that shit that everybody had out about them, they were some of the most gangster motherfuckers
Yo,
in
Prince was
the music
Prince didn't
industry.
fuck around.
And
Bro, when you get to Prince, here's the thing. Here's what you got to bring into that Purple Rain conversation. Is that's not like where he peaked.
no.
There's 1,000 songs that hadn't even been released.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That dude covered genres. He wrote, if you go back through the discography, I can personally show you every genre but country.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't pick a genre.
Oh yeah,
But
man.
Pick a genre.
He wrote The Look as a joke just to prove he could write a pop song that
Yes.
would go to #1.
Yes.
He just wrote that. And how
But
many
even
careers
the-
he built? Sheena Easton, Samantha Fox.
Who wrote who did
Apollonia.
Manic Monday? The Bangles? Was that them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Sinead O'Connor.
Sinead O'Connor.
Got you. But in that
the
same
two girls,
regard,
Wendy and Lisa.
Michael,
I know.
same regard, Michael Jackson has turned out some great actors in his
True.
videos. Don Cheadle, Wesley Snipes,
Paula Abdul.
Paula Abdul. I mean, we
No,
can
I'm
name a
making that up.
I don't
Yeah.
fucking
was
know.
testing you.
But you can. It's a OJ. Bro, he got the OJ naked gun.
Magic Johnson.
But no, he really did. Like, there's a lot of people like, damn, that person was in Michael Jackson's that video, and
That Smooth Criminal video is one of the
Yeah.
coolest fucking music videos that's ever been created.
Truth.
he was I think just behind everything, like I can't wait for these COVID documentaries. Like
The one on you?
Like when I'm 40, but like when I'm 40 and I find out, like, damn, that's why we got the vaccine. Like when you find out the real shit, cause you don't know now, you know what I mean? But when you find out in 20 fucking years, you're like, damn, it's meaning like they always have the things that's on the surface that they want us to connect to.
Right.
But the person that's actually behind the shit, they're saying something, they're screaming the truth, but you can't hear it
that's-
because
that's
they've
all of
made this
art.
shit.
That's all of
Yeah.
art.
And
Yeah.
I look back at a lot of the Michael Jackson shit where he was one of those people that he probably got fucked over the hardest when it came to his fall off. When basically you reach this peak and then when you start
Oh, that was
coming
almost
down
vertical.
Yeah.
On that
or whatever,
crash.
but when you start coming down, he probably had the worst allegation of anybody.
Well, there's that
And
R.
now-
Kelly conversation.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
that's
this
how they
motherfucker
took
it was
down
sex
David Gresh.
trafficking.
Yeah. That's how they took down David Gresh.
Yep.
Yeah.
They
Yep.
manipulated a bunch of fucking bullshit pedophilia claims against him, and they were bullshit. They-
Exactly.
Well, somebody's even saying in the chat the conversations that he was murdered and it was all, bro, who knows?
And how is that doctor's life? Because that doctor is from
I
Houston.
told you what
Right.
happened.
Right.
We talked about this on the previous
I missed it.
episode.
Is there a documentary
He-
about the doctor?
There's
That
not a
must've been
documentary
before I
about the
cared.
doctor. That's why there was other thing. He basically killed Michael Jackson.
Right.
He did 2.5 years in prison, and he
made
got
$3
out.
trillion.
And then he basically can practice medicine again. They like suspended his shit for the time that he was
Right,
locked up.
right.
you
And then he
gave me
regained it.
if you gave me
But
whatever
who's going to him?
if you gave me whatever they gave him in exchange for that, I'd do it.
Who's going to him? People that's not the king of pop.
Yeah.
That's who the fuck is going to him.
Anybody. He's got good drugs.
Because he was if he was good enough to kill Michael Jackson,
Right.
he's good enough to cure some regular motherfuckers.
Well, you know, like
I clearly can't
Or
afford.
is-
I clearly can't afford to be killed by him.
Yeah.
Anesthesia.
Anesthesia.
I
Yeah.
can't afford to be killed by him.
Maybe you can.
No,
I don't know.
I guarantee you $400 a month is not enough to kill me.
The whole shit is a conspiracy. It's Cat Williams had the best bit on it. He was like, okay, so you telling me, this is what the report says. It says that Michael Jackson was receiving anesthesia for this month. Like, that's what was happening. But one night, he received the anesthesia. Conrad Murray leaves. Michael Jackson wakes up from the anesthesia and then injects himself. So Cat Williams goes, so you telling me that a motherfucker, he's like, you basically tell me I'm paying a motherfucker $250,000 a month to do something to me that I could have did my motherfucking self? He was like, that shit, it doesn't add up. Like, they murdered him.
Well, clearly the way doing it himself did not work. So maybe that's why it cost $250,000.
Is he one of those crazy
maybe,
dudes? Like,
maybe that's why. I'm just saying. Maybe that's why you pay so much money, because the one time you do it yourself.
That's
It
very
doesn't
true. That's very true.
You get what you
Dead.
pay for, so.
But
That's very true.
Is he one of those guys that was like, if you ever read the stuff about Jimi Hendrix and how on insurance he was worth like $2 million, and he was basically tanking his career by doing no shows and fucking being drunk and shit. And they found the amount of wine in his stomach would have had to been poured in there with a funnel.
Because you could,
You know, because nobody could literally consume that
Yes.
much wine before
Yes.
dying. And he had a tour manager, the guy who had all the insurance policies on him. This dude was in trouble with the mob in Vegas for gambling debts.
That's why. So
And then all of a sudden he got out of trouble. You know?
Yeah, I've read
Hey.
about that.
have we learned anything?
All I know is this.
Is Michael Wordsworth
All
dead?
great black deaths lead into a conspiracy.
Yes. So
Yes.
White people just die and niggas get assassinated. This is the fucking truth.
can we collectively agree that our goal here is mediocrity?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
I don't know. There's a lot of them rappers dying now. No, wait. Extension X
Yeah,
just
hold on.
died. Nobody cares.
He got shot.
Yeah, who cares?
Juice WRLD swallowed
Yeah,
87
Oh
motherfucking
my God.
Percocets. He
Literally.
on the plane.
He didn't even get on the plane. I think he
That's
died in
right.
LAX.
He died
in the
airport.
bathroom.
He died in baggage claim.
Yeah, I know
Literally.
dudes that
In
took
the bathroom?
87
No,
Percocets.
they told
Tapping
him
his foot for a senator?
They told him he couldn't take his perks on the plane.
'Cause
So
he was gonna
his
get caught.
idea was to take all of them, go through security, and then after he got out of security, he was going to throw them up because that's how shit works. And then the line of security was too fucking long, and he died.
Motherfucker died.
Yeah, that's not a
Died
conspiracy.
getting
There's
pat
no
down
conspiracy there.
before he
No.
could come on the
No.
floor.
That's not an assassination.
No,
Oh my
that's on you, homie. That's on you. That's
Yeah,
100%.
that
I
was on
still
him.
seeing shadows in my room.
We got to
Right.
This episode has gone way too long. It
has.
We are the Whiskey Brothers. 9:56 in the can. Thank you. Special thanks to Nick Palermo. He's running the back of house for us.
Thank you, Nick,
Thank
for
you, Nick.
tolerating this.
It's you're going to see a lot more from Nick on our network. Jerry Wayne
Yeah.
Longmire across from me. Thank you for my cohort in all of this. No matter how that goes. That was uncomfortable.
This don't make you come?
You have you've
I
made
mean,
this.
if you did a little longer.
Please stop.
You get weird by cum?
No, but it's just not how I want to end the episode. That's it. That's all. But also yes, for the sake of our next month.
How about we all say good? Can we all say goodbye in
For the
unison?
sake of, yeah, no, cum makes me weird. Do I have to say that out loud? I didn't know that.
You
that
better
was
say it in Poland.
I want to make sure it's a lot of K's and X's. You can find us on all things social media, but most importantly, please go to our YouTube. Follow us there. A lot of you are listening to this on Spotify. That's cool. Join our Patreon. We appreciate that. All of us are available on social media individually. You can find Jerry Wayne Longmire, Trey Tutson, myself, Slade Ham. Also, Abbey Vollman. Thank you for being here. You have been here for 2 episodes.
Yeah.
And,
Thank you.
rocked it.
and
Thank you for
kept
having
up,
me.
and that's not we talk about this all the time. Not everybody makes it. You have cleared a hurdle you did not you were running against.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That was almost a sentence on my part. That was the whiskey talking.
Yep.
Vaultsalore.com brings you every episode through the last couple of months, and I think this is the end of it. This is
We
The
need
last
whiskey.
strand of
We-
hand.
oh,
Yo, we
God.
need whiskey.
yeah. Send us. You can message us on any of the social platforms and find out how to send us a bottle. You can also send us money. We'll go buy a bottle. Or you can join the Patreon. We'll buy a bottle from that. I think that wraps everything up. Thanks to everybody who's been part of it all. We're wrapping up our trip.
And
We'll
don't
be back
forget to
live.
drunk dollars at 323-510.
Shot.
323-510-7468.
Nailed it.
Drunk dollars, we will be doing Drunk Dial only episodes.
We are going to do some. And that's all going to be, it's going to happen.
Just
We'll
bring
talk
them.
about it.
Find us. We'll see you on an episode soon.
They don't want no problems. Nah.
Music provided by Scarface. Thank you for listening to yet another excellent episode of the Whiskey Brothers Podcast, the world's funniest podcast ever. The Whiskey Brothers Podcast was made in America by Americans, mostly in and around the Houston area. All content copyright the Whiskey Brothers. This concludes our broadcast day. Goodbye.